What is the latest in terms of a Casemiro, Antony, Marcus Rashford exit? What's the latest in regards to Saudi? Because while Rashford doesn't want Saudi, Casemiro looks open to it. What's the latest on Casemiro's exit? Manchester United have booked in medical for young left-back wonder kid Diego Leon, and he is not the only left-back Manchester United are hoping to sign this summer. What is the latest on Alvaro, or are they all focused on Nuno Mendes? Kirkus and Dorgu also linked to United. Zirkzee to Juventus update. Some sources from Italy continue to claim that this deal is very much underway and could happen, although I'd still say take it with a pinch of salt. Reports coming out today about Victor Gyokeres saying that he wants to come to United, and Manchester United are ready to save their season and sign him now. Again, I would take that with a pinch of salt, but we're going to cover all the latest Manchester United news. I'm then going to tell you how reliable I think the news is, what's the chance of it happening, and more. Diving into also plans for the youth to go out on loan, Ruvan Nistelrooy, Leicester, some academy plans, and more. So let's get right into your 10-minute Manchester United news roundup. I do apologise if I look rough this morning, but a very late night. I'm very tired. Let's focus on the video. So, it was said Marcus Rashford has no intention of moving to the Saudi Pro League, was said by Fabrizio Romano and every other source. Now, as far as I'm aware, the only clubs interested in signing Rashford in the January are sort of MLS and Saudi Pro League clubs. All the other clubs, like a Barcelona or Bayern Munich, the bigger clubs, would rather wait until the summer to make a move on for Rashford when they've got more funds. But also, I think some clubs are sceptical just due to him being out of form for a while. Now, Rashford only wants to leave Man United if a big club comes coming, and I think the only chance of that happening in January is a loan, but I don't know if Ineos will commit to a loan unless maybe all his wages are being paid, because then maybe that could free up some funds for a January edition. It looks like he's not on Amarin's plan, but Marcus Rashford himself apparently is willing to work hard to get back into the team. I think if he can't move to Saudi, he's going to stay at United, so he's got to work hard and find his way back into the team. Now, one player that could be heading to Saudi, and according to reports we covered yesterday, is very much open to moving to Saudi Arabia, and his representatives are discussing a deal, is Casemiro. According to reports, it was said that Casemiro is heading towards a move to Saudi Arabia. A lot of reports are saying that Casemiro is open to the move himself. His reps are discussing it, and Ineos would like to offload Casemiro and are willing to take a big loss on him. And I think getting Casemiro out the door is not only 18 million a year saved on wages, but if you can get 18 million for him and 18 million a year saved on wages, that's 36 million pounds saved. While I liked Casemiro and Ugarte playing together under Ruvan Nistelrooy, and I think he can add stuff, Amarin has had him on the bench for about 5 games in a row. He doesn't rate him due to his lack of legs and lack of athleticism. And if we can get a bit of cash and move him on to give us the funds to go for a left wing back, which is so key, that's what we have to do. It was said that United are willing to let Antony go now. The idea for Antony is a loan, but Amarin has always admired his characteristics, so maybe he could be stayed and tried at wing back if we don't sign a wing back. Casemiro is heading towards Saudi football. Some intermediaries in Europe have tried to seek proposals for Antony, but nothing has reached United. This came through the United Red report on X, and they were quoting UOL on all the latest in regards to Saudi moves. So definitely one to keep an eye on in regards to Casemiro, Antony. I think Rashford is staying put. Ericsson, I can't see much happening. Zirkzee, we're going to discuss that in a second, and then we'll talk about Malacia, Shaw, and more. But let's talk about the medical books. Let's talk about our first signing for Ruben Amarin, who will not join until the summer. He will join in July, but it was said that Diego Leon will travel to Manchester in the next few days to undergo his Manchester United medical. His agent, Renato Bitar, has confirmed. Then English sources came out and again confirmed this. Diego Leon will undergo his medical at Manchester United next week. So we'll get that medical done, and then we can actually announce the deal. The deal is done, but we can't officially complete the deal until he's had his medical, this and that, bish, bash, bosh. Now, he's a really good young left-back coming in. I think he'll come on pre-season. I don't know if he'll get many minutes this time next year. I think he could be backup left wing-back. I think, Harry Amass going out on loan. I think we'll sign a left wing-back who will be Amarin's left wing-back, and he could be backup. But I don't know. I think Malacia and Shaw could both go. It's between him and Amass to fight it out, but he is a lot higher rated than Amass, and he's got that physicality that maybe we've been lacking in the squad, especially with Leicester at left centre back. You probably want a physical left wing back, very versatile player. I did a video speaking about him, and when he actually signs in July, I'll do another video speaking about him and how he'll fit in Amarin's system. And he'll get a few minutes next season, I think, for sure. But I think he'll, it's not one that's going to come in and make a huge impact. We need a left wing back that's going to come in and make a huge impact. Nuno Mendes, Alphonso Davies, Dorgu, Gyokeres, whoever. But Well, I do want to talk about Gyokeres. I do want to talk about a couple of stories. But for Man United to do ins, obviously we need outs to happen. If I was to predict who was going to leave, I would say Casemiro looks the most likely because I don't quite believe a lot of these reports on Zirkzee. I think Alfredo Padella is a good source of information, but he's not like tier one. He's not like super reliable. I just don't think these sources are reliable enough. But there was talk of United doing a possible swap deal between Zirkzee and Vlahovic, which is interesting. Now, Zirkzee obviously worked well under Thiago Motta, and do you know what? I've always thought Vlahovic, I'm not going to lie to you guys, was a little bit overrated. I'm not going to lie. But I do think he could suit Amarim Ball. He's got 7 goals and 1 assist, 16 matches this season. I do think there's a player there. I do think he could suit Amarim Ball. And he is, let me check his age, 24 years of age, so he's still very, very young. So let me know if you'd be open to that move down below in the chat. But I think he, has a bit more experience, could be a good move, potentially. But I feel like for me, I'm not willing to write Zirkzee off just yet. I'd wait till the summer. It was also said that Juventus have been in contact with Zirkzee's agent in the last few days and awaiting a final decision from United. I'd be very shocked if United were willing to part ways with Zirkzee this early. I think they'll wait till the summer because Amarin speaks very highly of Zirkzee and still likes to use him here and there. We haven't got many attacking options because Mount's out for 3 months. Rashford just doesn't seem to be involved. There's really very few attacking options, and goals is a problem at Zirkzee. This is our top goal scorer in the Premier League outside of, I think only Rashford's got more Premier League goals than Zirkzee in our squad this season. Something ridiculous. Honestly, I think he's got 3, Højlund's got 2. It's gone actually got 2. I think Rashford's got 4. I don't know. I should actually check that up, to be honest. Yeah, Bruno and Rashford are our top goal scorers this season with a whopping 4 goals at the halfway mark. Zirkzee is third with 3. It's not a good stat. It's not a good stat. Anyway, let's continue into the Gyokeres news because we need goals. And this is what's been said on him. Ruben Amorim wants Victor Gyokeres, and the player is very keen to join Manchester United. Sporting are willing to allow him to leave for around 60 million in the summer. He would likely cost 80 million this month. I think keep an eye on Victor Gyokeres in the summer. 60 million release clause. Clearly, we need an attacker. If we sell efficiently, I think this is one we could do in the summer, but I think it's about selling efficiently. And Pete Hall says that both Nuno Mendes and Victor Gyokeres want to join Man United and link up with Amarin. Now, Amarin had a very good relationship with his players at Sporting, so that doesn't surprise me. But I also think with the mess we're in right now, I'm also a little bit surprised. Do you know what I mean? Look, I don't think anything's going to happen for Victor Gyokeres in January. I really don't. I think Nuno Mendes maybe. But Pete Hall was claiming that both players want to join United and very open to the move, despite us being in the mess that we're in. So it is definitely one to keep an eye out for. Now, the Mirror are claiming this, and the Mirror have never been a reliable source of information. I will let you know that for sure. So that's why I've put not reliable next to it, saying that United will try and sign Victor Gyokeres from Sporting this month in a bid to save the season. The deal would cost 80 million. We haven't got 80 million to spend this month. Unless Rashford got out the door and we got 50 million for him, or maybe 50 million for Garnacho, I can't see it. And I got information that we had a gentleman's agreement with Sporting that we weren't going to go out there and sign Victor Gyokeres. We weren't going to touch any of their players until the summer. We're going to leave them alone because we took Amarim. In other news, it was said that Bayern Munich are closely monitoring Manchester United target Alvaro. The Bavarians see him as a potential alternative should Alphonso Davies leave in the summer. There's now talk of Alphonso Davies renewing his contract, but there's also talk of Real Madrid getting him and Trent on a free. So we have to keep an eye on that situation. I think for me, I'd like both Shaw and Malacia to be moved on, and Alvaro, maybe Nuno Mendes to come in, or another Alvaro and another left back to come in. I know we've obviously got Diego Leon, but I just think how important wing back clearly is to Amarim's system and the luck we have with injuries there. I'd like to see that. The Star are claiming that United are ready to activate the buyback clause and bring back Alvaro this January. But the reason I didn't include the quote or anything like that is because the Daily Star is like tier 5, not reliable, and they're claiming that we're set to activate his buyback clause and bring him back in January. Unless someone reliable says that, I'm not really going to report on it too much, but I thought I'd include that because that's what the Star is claiming. Now, last but not least, let's talk about the youth plans because Ruud van Nistelrooy made it clear that he'll be looking at a couple Manchester United stars to potentially integrate into Leicester City. Now, the two who are the highest rated under Ten Hag were Harry Amass, Collyer, followed by Wheatley. And it was said by MUFC Academy that Leicester City are interested in signing Harry Amass on loan this month. Before Amarin's arrival, Harry Amass was in line for his debut. In addition to Amass, Ruud van Nistelrooy is also interested in Toby Collyer to Leicester City on loan. I think Collyer would be a very good loan for Leicester City. I think Harry Amass, I would put him in the Championship. I don't know if he's quite ready for the Premier League and the physical side of it, but he's so technically good. It's an interesting one, and he could improve the technical ability of Leicester. Anyway, that's all the Manchester United news rounded up in 10 minutes for you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's roundup. Thank you for watching. Bye.